Hey y'all, I apologize for the lateness of this video, but this is just our weekly recap from last week and intro to week 4. Okay, again, so sorry, I just got things a little mixed up, but hopefully it won't happen again. So we are in week 4 where we are focusing even more so on a cover letter. Okay, before we get to that, let me touch on what is due this week. So this is our first executive in residence. If you are a local student, you could come to this as one of your 5 out of 11 potential weeks of having a networking interview or experience with someone. Okay, you only have to do 5. If you are not local, you can find 5 professionals on your own and write up a summary. Right here is what it looks like. I do ask that these be done within 24 hours of the executive in residence event. So if you've already done one of these, you could submit it for this week. If you want to do one for 5 weeks and be done, just submit them. Pick one that has a due date further out, okay? I don't open them by a certain point, but you got to do 5 out of 11. And again, if you're local, I would love for you to come up and do some of these. Now, these are 4 questions I want you to answer. If you are doing informational interview, definitely want to ask these questions to an extent. Some of it they can't answer, okay? Like, could you see yourself working at the company? They have to, you have to answer that yourself. But some they could definitely answer. If you come to the executive residence in person, there might not be time for you to ask tons of these questions. You might have to do a little research for some, but maybe you gleaned something else. So let's say for number 3, for Prestige, who's coming next week, you didn't learn any values. And when you did research, you didn't learn any values. You could put as your response that you didn't learn any, and how that might affect you wanting to work there. And then you could input later something else you did learn, okay? So there's room for a little flexibility here. But remember, you only have to submit 5 out of 11 of these. That means for 6 of the other spaces, you will have blanks, you won't submit anything, and you will receive a 0. The zeros do not, I want to repeat this, the zeros do not negatively impact your grade until you cross into only having 4 out of 5 submissions or 3 out of 5 submissions. Then you are negatively impacted. So getting up to 6 zeros, not a problem at all. Everything equals out, okay? That's one of our events and activities that starts this week. You have to do 5 of these, whether it's independent networking or coming to our events throughout the semester. And then you have to submit a summary of what you've learned. Second, your final resume is due by January 29th at 11:59 p.m. in Moodle. Do not wait till 11:58 to upload that thing. It'll take 3 or 4 minutes and it'll show as late, okay? And then other than that, I have our slide video. And then you have information about cover letters this week, okay? Super easy. Going forward, you can see that you'll have a discussion board next week. Some of y'all are missing those. So you don't want to lose points for something that's super easy. Try to put those in your calendar and get on those. But overall, we're churning away. It's just about getting that resume in next and starting to think about your networking experiences. Let me know if you have a question and have a great week.